Hello everyone. This week we're going to learn about file input and output. File input and output is chapter 13 in our book. We'll learn about computer files, we'll learn about the use of path and file classes, file organization, streams and buffers, Java input-output classes, to write to and read from a file, create and use sequential data files, learn about random access files, we'll learn about writing records to random access data files, and so forth. So this week's you'll learn a lot reading on your own through the lecture. I will not be doing the video one of it, but it's a good thing. You can read along your own path. We'll talk about permanent storage devices, categories, and so forth. So the first thing I'm going to do is create, start off with a basic file to create. Now here's the thing. I'm using Apple, so I'll create the one line for Apple, and then I'll show you how to do it in the Mac on a Windows. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a source package. I'm going to call this file input output. All right. Now we need a class file. This class file will be called path. I'll call it my path. I'll just call it my path. Finish. All right. So one of the things that we need to do is we need to import a new library that we're going to learn about, or API. It's called java.nio.file. And we want to get everything from that. All right, so let's go here. All right, so this is where it's going to get a little bit different at. So if I was doing Windows, it would be like this. Windows would be path, file path equals paths dot get, and then you put the URL in there. So what you do is you put the location of where the file path is. So I gotta go back there. Get. All right. So if I was doing Windows, I would do you'll do double backslashes, and I'll tell you why. We'll say that we had a file directory called my Java code. And then we had test file.txt. Okay. You would do it like this. You would do the 4 backslashes only because when it goes to read it, it's only going to read 1 backslash. If you do 1, then it won't work. That is how so how to use this in Windows is like this. But we're going to comment that out because we're using an Apple device. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to copy this. Okay. Oops. Okay. Only difference here is when I'm doing a Mac, it's going to be a little bit different. I might have to, let me double check what my file format is. Let me see. I gotta find a directory. So it's users desktop. I'm gonna create a folder called file input. All right. So I had to create a directory for this. So mine's gonna be a little different. On an Apple, it's like this. We'll do users, desktop, and then I have a file input, and then we'll have a file called sample.txt. Yeah, so it'll be like that. Let me actually get a txt file in there. Oops. Let me find a txt file. So I have to change this to RTF because I can't use txt on Mac. All right, how to use this on a Mac. All right, so that's done. A little different. All right, so now let's go down the line, and we need to declare a count. So we'll do int count equals file path dot get name count. What this does is it gives you the count. Whoops. Of how many records are in your path. Now we'll do system.out.println. We'll say path is plus file path dot to string, end it there, and then we'll do system.out.println. We'll say file name is plus file path dot get file name. See, everything comes up that way automatically. All right, now we'll do system.out.println. We'll say there are plus that, and then do the count. Plus count plus, and then we'll do elements in the file path. All right, there we go. And now we need a loop statement here. So we'll say for int, because we're declaring the integer of 0, x equals 0, start off there, and then we'll say x is less than the count, and then we do plus x because we want to have it add on one after another iteration wise. We can do system.out.println. We say element, and then we do plus x plus double quotation mark is, we're just creating a sentence here, plus, we'll say file path dot get name, and then we throw x in there because that's our file count that we're using in here, and should close that. All right, so I must have messed up. All right, I put get name. Oh, I grabbed the wrong function. It should just be get name. There we go. All right, so now let's see if it actually works. Let me run it. All right, so path is user, it gives me RTF. File name, there are 4 elements in it. Element 0 is users, desktop, file input, output. Okay, so this is not reading the actual inside of file, but it's telling me the directory. So as you see here, it's using directory as users, desktop, file input, and RTF, and it's using 0, 1, 2, 3. So it's kind of like if you were doing arrays. All right, so that's how to retrieve information on the file path. Other things that we'll talk about, we can convert a relative path into an absolute one. We could do also checking file accessibility. Let's see what we want to do next. All right, so let's talk about deleting a path. So let's just save that, and we'll create a new one called new class. We'll call it delete path. All right, so let's do deleting a path. So we know that we're going to need import java.nio.file. We're also going to add import java.io.io exception. All right, good. All right, so public static string. We need to do. Let's see here. All right, so let's start off path, file name, path equals, and then we'll put our path dot get. Let me actually grab what I used before. Make it easy for me. So I don't know what the heck I use. All right, good. All right, so we'll use that. Then we'll say try, and on our try we'll do files dot delete file path. All right, copy that. All right, now we need to do system dot out dot println. Let's say file or directory is. You can say deleted or purged. I'm gonna say purged. All right, so we need a catch in here. That's what it's complaining about. And we can say no such. So we're gonna use a different one. Say no such file. File exception. Files. Hold on. What am I missing here? Files. Must have something I'm missing. Files at DeletePath. All right. Anyways, I'll just keep writing this. Is probably missing something. All right. So we'll do println. And we'll say no such file or directory. Close that. All right. Now we'll do other. So what I'm going to do is do some copy and paste in here. It saved me time. So I'm going to do this, but I'm going to use a different catch. I'm going to say directory, not empty, exception. And then say directory is not empty. We'll say all right. So let's go down here and do the same thing again, but this time we're going to use a different one. This time we're going to call it security exception. And we're going to say no permissions to purge. All right. And we're going to do one more. We're going to say IO exception. But we're going to say input output exception. All right, let's see, did I forget anything? No. So let's see if we run it and see what happens. No such file or directory. So it's saying that the file does not exist. But if the file does exist, then it'll come down here and purge that. So this is a short video. This video right here is just on how to purge a record, talk about my path. Thank you for listening.